Hello viewers, this is my trusty Giant TCR Advance which I built custom about 2 years ago. And despite a few scratches and knocks, which we call patina, it's still going strong and it is my regular go-to road bike. But today, in this video, the bike is getting a massive wheel upgrade, because we all know that upgrading to a carbon wheel set is the best way to unleash and untap more performance and go faster, and also get the amazing looks of a road bike on carbon wheels like these. But if you buy new carbon wheels, where on earth do you start? There are so many choices. Well, one place is a professional peloton. What the pros ride has often been a benchmark and a validation for a product. And this season, the most successful team in the professional peloton, Jumbo Visma, have been riding a wheel brand that I'd never heard of before, Reserve. So keen to find out what they're all about. For the last few months, I've been riding 3 different wheel sets from the company's range to find out how they perform. Even once you've chosen a wheel brand, you'll find most wheel companies offer a range of options, and it all comes down to how deep a rim you want. You might be after the lightest wheel set, so a shallow rim is a preference, or you might want maximum aero, where a deeper rim would be an obvious benefit. Let's start with the deepest wheels I've been testing over the last few months, the 52-63. And these are interesting for a number of reasons. Now, personally, I normally stay away from a very deep section wheel like these because I find riding in windy, gusty conditions can be a handful. Very unstable, very erratic, and sometimes sketchy handling, especially at high speed on a descent. But these, over the last few months, have really changed my mind. And the other thing that really interested me about these wheels is how the company developed them, and that's part of the reason I was keen to get the wheels in for review. Now, normally a company uses a combination of CFD and wind tunnel testing to develop a wheel set or a frame or a handlebar. But CFD and wind tunnel testing doesn't always relate to the real world. And to enable the company to get a better handle on the real world conditions the wheels face, it built a scooter and covered a scooter in sensors and went out and rode thousands and thousands of miles at normal bicycle speeds, and used all this data to better inform the testing and development of the wheels. And based on my time testing these wheels, with the speed and stability they offer, it seems to be a process that has paid off nicely. And these are the 40-44 wheels, which might be my personal favourite pick from the range, because they're an easy choice, balancing as they do low weight and good aerodynamics. If you can't decide whether to go super lightweight or super aero, these strike a really good balance and are a good do-it-all option, a fit and forget wheel set for riding, racing, training, whatever it is you're using your wheels for. And with some DT Swiss 180 hubs, they're below 1400 grams on the scales, which is a very competitive weight for a wheel set of this type. Compare well to other rivals from NV and Zip. Speed and aero aren't the only reasons to choose a carbon wheel set, of course. There's also weight and climbing performance. And these are the company's lightest offering, which with the Posh DT Swiss 180 hubs weigh 1300 grams. And that puts them in the same ballpark as an MV, the Zip, or a Campag wheel set. Not the lightest in the world, but pretty damn light. A common feature across the entire wheel range are rim shapes that are different for the front and rear wheel. And the idea here is that the front wheel is focused on handling and stability, especially in windy crosswind conditions. So the front rim is wider, shallower and rounder, while the rear wheel is deeper and narrower and has a different cross section. When it comes to tyres, you have a choice of tubeless, as I have here, or clincher tyres with inner tubes. The company has gone against the prevailing wind in the wheel market for a hookless bead design and use a hooked bead. So that gives you the option to use inner tubes or tubeless, whatever your preference is. And in my experience, using a Continental GP 5000 STR tyre, installation was a breeze. They went up with a normal track pump, no faffing, no hassle, no issues at all. I've used them with inner tubes as well, but mostly tubeless throughout my testing, using the same 28mm wide tyres on all wheels to remove that variable. And that easy installation of a tubeless tyre on these wheels is a real thumbs up for me. And yes, I've used the same tyres across all the wheels for my testing, the only difference being the black versus tan sidewall. Which do you prefer? Let me know by leaving a comment down below. Away from speed and aero testing, there's lots to like about these wheels. For a start, the price is fairly reasonable, not cheap, but not uber expensive. I like the fact using well-known DT Swiss hubs, you know what you're getting in terms of performance and they're easy to service as well. And then we have features like aero bladed spokes, external nipples so they're easy to service and maintain, but I've not had to touch these at all. They've been true and reliable throughout my time testing them, but knowing you can put a spoke key on there if you have to straighten them is a nice detail. I really like the fact you get a lifetime warranty with these wheels. I really think that's a big tick in their favour and something not to overlook. If you're spending a lot of money on a set of carbon wheels, you want that peace of mind and reassurance that if something does go wrong, they're going to look after you. And with a lifetime warranty, that should be the case. I like the fact the wheels are understated in their appearance, just small logos on the rims there. No loud, brash decals these, so they look good on any bike. From my giant TCR Advance to a Trek Amonda SLR. So what are the wheels like to ride? I've been spending a lot of time riding these wheels in particular because of the way they're developed and because I want a wheel set that offers the holy grail. All the speed and aero performance, but fantastic stability and good durability. And based on my testing, I think these wheels might indeed be that holy grail. I took them out to Belgium back in the spring, a really hard place to test any product, and they passed with flying colours. With a 28mm wide tyre inflated to 55-60 psi, they offered impressive comfort and smoothness on the cobbles. And then on the road section between the cobbles, the aero benefits really kicked in and gave me a real boost in speed. And in Belgium in the spring, it can be very windy and we had quite a lot of rain as well. But in no conditions, the wheels were very stable. They seem to offer the stability of a shallow rim, but wrapped up with all the speed you expect of a deep section rim. And that is highly impressive indeed. I go as far as saying these are the most stable deep section wheels I have ever tested in over 15 years of testing bikes, components and wheels. In terms of sheer speed, they compare well to the MV 6.7, but I think these might just have the edge on outright stability. But the difference is pretty small. But at the pointy end of the aero gains world, we are dealing in very marginal gains indeed. And if you're a weight weenie and you love riding hills, and I know some of you do, these are a really good option. Whenever the gradient kicks above 15%, and there are plenty of steep hills where I live here in the Cotswolds, these wheels feel amazing. Really nimble and agile underneath you, feel really flighty, and they help you get up those steep gradients. So it's been really interesting riding and reviewing these new reserve wheels, which until recently I'd never heard of before, but I like what they're offering. So should you buy or avoid these wheels? Well, I definitely think you should consider them. Good price points. I like the details like a lifetime warranty, the DT Swiss hubs, the hook bead for easy compatibility, the external nipples and the way they look, and a choice of options from shallow and lightweight to deep, aero and fast. In particular, I like the way these wheels ride. Super fast and amazingly stable. I'll put a link to their website down below. Check out their full range for more details down there. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel by hitting that button right down there. And if you want to see some other wheel reviews, then watch this video up here. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again very soon.